President Tinubu congratulates by-election winners, applauds INEC for peaceful polls. Minister of State for Works orders urgent repairs on Loko Oweto-Agatu Road as alternative to Abuja-Lokoja flood-prone route. Stakeholders meet in Lokoja to tackle environmental challenges under World Bank-backed Resilience Project. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 6 on NTN24. We're live in Abuja. I am Mina Daniels. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has extended his congratulations to all the winners of the August 16 by-elections held across 16 constituencies in 12 states. In a statement released on Sunday, the president praised the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for conducting what he described as largely peaceful and hate-free polls, marking a positive step for Nigeria's democratic process. According to the official results announced by INEC, the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) secured a dominant win in 12 constituencies. The All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) claimed victory in 2. While the People's Democratic Party and the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) each took 1 seat. The president also congratulated the new APC national chairman, Professor Nentawe Yewelda, describing the outcome as a strong first victory under his leadership. Tinubu lauded the role of APC governors and party leaders in delivering the successful outcome, noting that Professor Yewelda has already shown leadership capacity and underscored the power of unity and credible candidacy in electoral contests. The president expressed gratitude to party faithful and voters for their continued support, assuring them that the renewed hope agenda remains a serious and achievable commitment. In a gesture of statesmanship, President Tinubu also acknowledged the efforts of all political parties and candidates who took part in the elections. He urged them to remain guided by the principles of sportsmanship, fair play, and mutual respect, values he described as essential to building a lasting and resilient democracy in Nigeria. The All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA) candidate for the Onitsha North Constituency 1, Mimi Ifeoma Azikiwe, has emerged winner of the by-election held on Saturday, the 16th of August. She beat her African Democratic Congress (ADC) opponent to clinch the vacant position. Steve Lonai Nwokolo now reports.
Announcing the results, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) returning officer, Professor Ibiam Ikwo Ekpe, says the APGA candidate Mimi Ifeoma Azikiwe secured 7,774 votes to beat the African Democratic Congress (ADC) candidate Justina Azoka, who polled 1,909 votes. The APC candidate, Ezenea Chuka Ojekwe, came third with 1,371 votes, while the YPP party candidate, Njideka Ndiwe, came fourth with 655 votes. The by-election was occasioned by the death of Justice Azoka, who died in the hands of kidnappers in November last year, 2024. In Onitsha, Steve Lonai Nwokolo, NTA News.
Minister of State for Works, Mohammed Bello Goronyo, has encouraged the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, to immediately commence the rehabilitation of the Loko Oweto-Agatu Road in Nasarawa State as an alternative route for commuters in the event of the envisaged Abuja-Lokoja flooding. This was during a stakeholders engagement in Abuja with the Nigerian Association of Rail Transport Owners, NATO, and the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, APMAN. Usman Zubairu reports.
The Abuja-Lokoja route is among the areas that could experience severe flooding this year, according to 2025 annual rain prediction released by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET. In response to this, the federal government directed FEMA to commence immediate rehabilitation of the Loko-Uwito-Aguto route in Nasarawa State as an alternative route for commuters. Minister of State for Works, Bello Gonayu, at an engagement with the NATO and IPMAN officials in relation to that, further explained that the Federal Executive Council also approved rehabilitation of other strategic bridges and routes to strengthen Nigeria's economic corridors and improve nationwide access for motorists.
We are expecting immediately after the rainy season, the construction of that road will continue. But this one should be an alternative route so that we ease the supplement of Nigeria.
He affirmed the ministry's determination to deliver modern, safe, and durable infrastructure for all Nigerians in line with the President Tinubu's renewable agenda. Managing Director FEMA, Dr. Chukwuemeka Abasi, reassured of the agency's determination to work as directed by the minister.
Define the responsibilities of each party to make sure that we maximize the use of our road infrastructure.
And of course, we appreciate the minister and the Minister of State for all these laudable objectives.
The engagement rounded up with a renewed commitment to deepen collaboration and ensure that all the nation's critical infrastructure are secure. In Abuja, Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mokhtar Meha, says the plan of federal government to collaborate with relevant key players to improving the livestock value chain from 32 billion to 72 billion naira will significantly boost the nation's gross domestic product. The minister was speaking at a two-day capacity development on integrated livestock commodity value chain held at the Integrated Commercial Livestock Project Center in Fufore local government area of Adamawa State. Bilkisu Abubakar has details.
The pilot project of integrated commodity value chain put together with the Nigerian Incentive-Based Risk Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, NISAL, among other partners, to educate livestock practitioners on modern animal husbandry to improve their capacity is a step towards realizing the National Livestock Acceleration Strategy to boost contributions of the sector to the economic growth of Nigeria.
The Federal Ministry of Livestock, under this present leadership, at the federal level means business. To transform this life sector is not just throwing hybrid animals, exotic animals, purchases onto people. You have to develop their capacity to appreciate what they are doing.
Continue to form strong collaboration with value chain actors to grow the sector in Nigeria and Africa.
All other livestock practitioners who are also interested in training can also prepare themselves for the next phase of the training. By so doing, we can be able to gradually cover substantial number of livestock beneficiaries in Adamawa State, cover the other states in the Northeast, and Nigeria at large.
150 participants were exposed to modern livestock management and production.
Being the participant of this training, we have learned much of this training that when we utilize it, I think it will bring so many changes in our community.
They have been trained on how to fatten animals in just a little period of time.
Certainly, the project has encouraged the practitioners in the livestock sector to be optimistic of attracting more livestock champions, not only for actualizing the federal government agenda, but having easy access for livestock production and its business. In Yola, Bilkisu Abubakar, NTA News.
Understanding the new Tax Reform Act and other key initiatives of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seen as a pathway to positioning Nigeria as a socially inclusive nation. This was the focus at the Forum on Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises in Southeast, held in Enugu. Chika Okori has the report.
of the 1929 Aba Women's Riot addressed multiple taxation and enlightened Nigerians on available grants. The Senior Special Assistant to President Bola Tinubu on Community Engagement Southeast, Mrs. Chioma Nweze, organized a forum tagged Tax Reform Act and Compliance, Impact on Small and Medium Enterprises for Women in the Zone. She noted that women are crucial to national development and progress.
President Bola who loves all of us very much, especially the market women, especially people that have small businesses. He does not want anybody to go hungry. He wants our business to prosper.
While annual earnings below 50 million naira and civil servants earning 70,000 naira minimum wage are exempted from taxation, students of tertiary institutions can access the NELFund loan, repayable 2 years after gaining employment.
Once you are able to enroll in a college of education, in a university, or in a polytechnic, you do not have to be troubled about how your school fees will be paid. The government will pay your school fees, the government will pay you a monthly stipend. All you need to do is to go online and apply.
For the women, the progressive taxation principle of higher income attracting greater pay is seen as an initiative worth implementing.
It's a big encouragement to all of us to know what is on board, especially in terms of tax, and our students to know that they have the access to collect money.
With the focus of the interactive section on the new tax reform effective January 2026 and NELFund goals, participants are optimistic that Nigeria is marching towards prosperity. From the International Conference Center, Enugu, Chika Okori, NTA News.
Eliminating trafficking in persons and violence against persons is a task that must be done. This is part of these courses during a 2-day awareness and capacity building workshop for school principals, vanguard coordinators, and education administrators in the use of implementable strategies to fight the menace in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Charles Abba reports.
Human trafficking is a grave violation of human rights affecting millions globally. It involves exploitation of individuals through forced labor, child abuse, sex, or other forms of coercion. In Nigeria, Benue State is said to be most vulnerable. The 2-day event organized by NAPTIP in collaboration with the International Center for Migration Policy Development is to address this monster from the school environment.
To go out to the community, the host community, to sensitize them about the dangers associated with human trafficking.
Every week we conduct our club, and the students are very happy because this human trafficking, eradication of human trafficking, is going to go across the whole student.
Resource persons attributed internal and external forms of human trafficking to poverty, lack of education, insecurity, demand for cheap labor, and the likes.
While the children are being taught those body of knowledge on trafficking in the schools, we are also preparing the teachers that are in their training colleges with those things that they will need.
School children continue to fall victims of human trafficking. This grave issue affects millions globally, with children and young people among the most risk.
Some stakeholders affirmed their readiness to combat the act headlong.
We need to create more awareness. We need to go everywhere. And I think, let me use this medium to tax the media that you need to do more.
Governor Hyacinth Alia, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Nambative Helen Zeramo, expressed commitment to support in halting the inhuman act. Vanguard clubs have been established in 50 schools in Benue State to prevent the malice. Charles Abba, NTA News.
Time now for a break. More stories when we return.
Precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Bus, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
Thanks for joining us again. President Bola Tinubu felicitates former military President General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida on his 84th birthday today. The president rejoices with the family, friends and associates of the former military leader, whose 8 years of rule greatly impacted Nigeria's socio-economic and political development. President Tinubu, in a statement, celebrates General Babangida's distinguished military career, which includes serving as an instructor at the Nigerian Defense Academy, commander of the 4 Reconnaissance Regiment, commander of the Nigerian Army Armored Corps, director of Army Staff Duties and Plans, and chief of Army Staff. The president notes General Babangida's stewardship of the country, saying his military administration will be remembered for its massive investment in infrastructure, such as the Third Mainland Bridge and the reforms that liberalized the Nigerian economy. The former military leader established the State Security Service, the National Intelligence Agency, Defense Intelligence Agency, and the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, among others. President Tinubu also highlights Babangida's role in creating states and relocating the federal capital from Lagos to Abuja. Niger State Governor Mohammed Omar Bago salutes an elder statesman, an exemplary leader, and former military president of Nigeria, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, as he turns 84 on 17th of August 2025. In a birthday message, the governor, through his chief press secretary, Bologi Ibrahim, describes the celebrant as a true patriot and a living legend who has dedicated most of his life to serving the country. He says General Babangida has demonstrated bravery and patriotism in ensuring the unity, stability, and progress of Nigeria during and after his active service. Governor Omar Bago observes that the launch of the IBB Presidential Library, named after his late wife, Miriam Babangida, is a clear indication of his commitment to preserving rich history and promoting education which will benefit Niger State, Nigeria, and beyond. He maintains that the elder statesman has written his name on the sands of time through the numerous policies and programs implemented when he was the head of state and military president of Nigeria between 1985 and 1993. The governor prays for Allah's blessings, good health and vitality, as well as wisdom to continue to provide wisdom, counsel for more impact. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, joins family, friends, loved ones, and the Christian community to rejoice with the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Board, Lord Bishop STV Adegbite, on his 57th birthday. Describing the life of the celebrant as one marked by deep faith in Jesus Christ and tireless service to God and the country, the First Lady, in a birthday message, says Bishop Adegbite is a spiritual leader who stands firm in truth and justice and a patriot, championing peace and interfaith harmony across the great nation. Quoting from the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 24, she prays that God's presence keeps the celebrant now and forevermore. The Nigerian Maritime Domain has recorded a significant feat with a zero case of piracy in the past 5 years. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala was speaking at the passing out parade of the Nigerian Navy Military School, Ikodun in Akwa Ibom State. Kevin Samuel reports that a total of 62 young sailors made the list of graduates at the 2025 graduation ceremony.
A sequence and tactical display of mastery in armory, confidence, agility, and hope of survivor in difficult situations. These young sailors show proof that anything is possible with hard work and dedication. To young sailor Lawrence Victor, an indigene of Akwa Ibom State who emerged best graduating student, the experience was worthwhile as he promises to give his best in his service to the state and nation.
It was not an easy journey. You know, burning midnight candles, staying awake. We did a lot just to be where I am today. It was not very easy as it looks like. And I'm very happy that I have been able to achieve this feat.
Chief of Naval Staff, represented by the Chief of Administration, Rear Admiral Gabriel Aligwe, while congratulating the new sailors for the feat in academic and military training, reassures the Nigerian Navy's readiness to give its best, not just in the security of Nigerian waterways, but also in providing world-class education for the Nigerian child.
This is a very good grounding for them to fulfill their future careers. And like you see from the performance in the WAEC and SchoolSats, they all cleared their papers. I mean, they had an excellent result. So that tells you that when you combine discipline with study, you know, you can achieve.
The actualization of this dream after years of robust training is indeed rewarding.
Established in 2018, the one-of-its-kind Nigerian Navy Military School is aimed at improving the proficiency of potential naval personnel by exposing them to naval culture and environment at a young age. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Here is a recap of our top stories. President Tinubu congratulates by-election winners, applauds INEC for peaceful polls. Minister of State for Works orders urgent repairs on Loko Oweto Agata Road as alternative to Abuja-Lokoja flood-prone route. Federal government targets 72 billion naira boost in agriculture value chain to grow GDP. Years after launching a manhunt for him over drug trafficking offenses, a 36-year-old notorious drug kingpin has been arrested by the operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, in Asaba, Delta State. The suspect was caught while attempting to move 250 blocks of skunk in his distribution bus. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim brings you the NDLEA's weekly update.
On the searchlight in connection with the seizure of 24.137 kilograms of skunk and 10 grams of molly, but thereafter went underground. However, following credible intelligence, NDLEA operatives in Delta State were able to arrest him along with one of his aides while they were trying to move 250 parcels of skunk for distribution. In Lagos, a 52-year-old woman was arrested with her son by NDLEA operatives in Mushin for storing and distributing 298 blocks of Ghanaian loud, while another suspect was snapped in the Aja area of Lekki, where 8.5 kilograms of Canadian loud, a strain of cannabis, was recovered from their apartment. No less than 128,000 capsules of tramadol were recovered from a suspect who was arrested by NDLEA officers at Jauroja, Gombe State, while a total of 337,800 capsules of the same pharmaceutical opioid were seized by operatives on patrol along the Okene-Lokoja Highway, Kogi State, from the driver of a commercial bus coming from Onitsha, Anambra State, and heading to Kontagora in Niger State, and at the Port Harcourt Complex, One, River State, a total of 875,000 bottles of codeine-based syrup worth over 6.1 billion naira in street value and 3,500,000 pills of tramadol valued at 1.7 billion naira were recovered from 5 containers under NDLEA intelligence tracking and watch list during joint examination with Customs Service and other security agencies at the West Africa Container Terminal of the port. In Abuja, Sadwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
And that concludes the News Desk at 6 on NTNS 24. Thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.